In the late 1990s, reports started appearing online about children standing outside houses late at night asking to be let inside. At first, the stories sounded fake. The children always looked normal from a distance, usually between 8 and 14 years old. Quiet voices, pale skin, hoodies, plain clothes. But everyone who met them described the exact same feeling. Pure fear. One man in Texas claimed he was sitting in his car outside a movie theater when two boys approached his window. They politely asked for a ride home. But something felt wrong immediately. The older boy kept his head lowered while speaking. Then the man noticed their eyes. Completely black. No white. No pupils. Just solid darkness. The boy calmly said, "We can't come in unless you invite us." The man panicked and drove away. Years later, similar stories appeared across different countries. A woman in England claimed children knocked on her door during heavy rain around 2 a.m. When she refused to open it, they became strangely aggressive. One repeatedly said, "Let us in." She looked through the glass panel beside the door. Black eyes. Completely black. She called police, but by the time officers arrived, the children were gone. Nobody knows where the legend started. But the stories became so common online that people began connecting details. The children almost always appear late at night. They ask for permission to enter. They speak calmly. And witnesses describe overwhelming dread before noticing the eyes. Some believe it's mass hysteria created by internet forums. Others claim the stories spread because too many people experienced the same thing independently. And maybe the creepiest detail is this. Most witnesses say the children never forced their way inside. For decades, drivers around the world have reported nearly identical encounters. Late at night, usually on empty roads, they see someone standing alone asking for a ride. Most of the time it's a young woman. She looks cold, confused, sometimes injured. The driver lets her inside. At first, everything seems normal. The passenger speaks quietly, gives an address nearby. Sometimes she barely talks at all. Then something strange happens. By the time the driver reaches the destination, the passenger is gone. No sound. No door opening. Nothing. Some drivers claim they looked away for 1 second and the seat was suddenly empty. One of the oldest versions came from Chicago in the 1930s. Taxi drivers reported picking up a woman wearing formal clothes near Resurrection Cemetery. She would ask to be taken home. But before reaching the address, she vanished from the back seat. The stories spread globally after newspapers started documenting similar encounters. In South Africa, drivers described a woman disappearing from moving cars. In Japan, taxi drivers reported phantom passengers after the 2011 tsunami. Some drivers even said the seats were wet afterward, like someone had really been sitting there. Skeptics believe exhaustion and isolation cause drivers to hallucinate late at night. Others think the legend survives because it taps into a universal fear. Being completely alone on the road with someone you don't understand. The strangest part is how similar the stories remain across countries and decades. Different languages. Different cultures. But always the same ending. An empty back seat. One of the strangest urban legends online started with a single post. A man claimed he was walking home through New York City around 2 a.m. when he noticed someone standing unusually still across the street. At first he thought the person was drunk. Then the figure started moving toward him. Slowly. Not walking normally. Dancing. The man wore old clothes and had an unnaturally wide smile stretched across his face. But the terrifying part wasn't the smile. It was the silence. The figure moved closer without making a sound. No laughing. No talking. Just smiling. The witness said the man kept intense eye contact the entire time. Then suddenly he stopped dancing and sprinted directly toward him. the witness ran. After posting the story online, people started sharing similar experiences. Some claimed they saw smiling strangers late at night behaving unnaturally. Others described silent people staring at them from train platforms or sidewalks before suddenly approaching. Nobody knows whether the original story was true, but the image spread rapidly online because it felt possible. Not supernatural. Not impossible. Just wrong enough to feel real. Psychologists say humans instinctively fear distorted facial expressions. A smile normally signals safety. But when someone smiles at the wrong moment, too long, or too intensely, it becomes threatening. That's why this legend unsettles so many people. Because deep down, everyone understands the fear of seeing another human acting almost normal. But not quite. And if you walk home late enough through a quiet city, every stranger starts looking a little suspicious.